For the best experience, please use headphones.
Welcome to the Sleigh Ride, a Christmas meditation story designed to gently and effortlessly take you into a deep state of peace and soothing relaxation from which you can easily drift off and be guided into our visualization story. As you sit back or lay down and begin to feel comfortably relaxed, I would like you to let those eyes gently close. This time is for you. It is time to relax this Christmas. Time to go for a sleigh ride. As you softly close your eyes, you recognize that with those eyes closed, you go inside pleasantly. Perhaps you feel warmth overflowing your body, or light tingles in your toes and fingers, or just a sensation of being extremely relaxed. And as you notice those sensations, you drift even more deeply into a satisfying, pleasant state of mind. If you feel like it, make a delicious sigh of contentment or any other sound that feels good for you in this moment. And as you do that, you feel your thoughts melting away. And they do that so easily and effortlessly as you continue to listen to me and keep noticing certain sensations, and you become even more fully absorbed with the sound of my voice or the spaces between my words while I talk to you. And you can discover yourself in the middle of a Christmas evening fair in a small town square. The place is beaming with life. As you look around, you see people wearing warm-hearted smiles, bundled up in comfortable clothes, topped with scarves and hats of all shapes and sizes. A small choir of young and old is singing Christmas carols. Angelic voices of little ones create a magical, almost ethereal atmosphere. I wonder whether you noticed the way the air around you changed, or any other sensations waking up inside you. Perhaps you feel immense joy, or perhaps you feel deep peace rising within, like the sun above a calm, wintry landscape. As you gaze up at the night sky, you notice tiny snowflakes sparkling in a dance of the soft limelight from the myriads of colorful Christmas lights adorning spruce trees and the street. You take a few slow, deep breaths and soak in all the enchanting wonder of Christmas spirit lingering in the air. The sounds of people buying presents like warm woolen socks, charming clay cups, and delightful homemade food and drink at the stands. The echoes of children's laughter as they rejoice in an emerging blanket of snow. The unseen yet felt whirls of warmth emanating from everybody's hearts. With each delicious inhale of this cold, fresh air, you sink deeper and deeper into this bliss and true joy. Suddenly, you feel someone pulling at your sleeve. You look down. It is a little girl with red curly hair, no more than 5 years old. She smiles roguishly and pushes something round, small, and hard in your hand and quickly runs off, now becoming invisible to you in the crowd of people. You start inspecting the object. On the front side, there are carved initials SC. There is a small latch on the side. You press on it and it opens. It is an old metallic pocket watch on a chain. This watch seems familiar, like you have seen it once before, a long, long time ago. You carefully put it in your pocket and head back home. You step onto the road, leading away from the city, going through the nearby forest. With each step you take, the distant sounds fade away a bit more, like in a dream. The snow has already covered the ground, and as you walk, you leave your footprints behind. You stop and watch them being covered again by a white dust-like snow. It makes you think. We all walk through life and leave footsteps behind, but they get erased with time. Isn't that a perfect opportunity for a new, fresh start? Being reborn every once in a while throughout life, each time becoming more of yourself, more of who you want to be. You ponder on this thought as you keep on walking. You take the watch out of your pocket and open it. The ticking of the clock seems so hypnotizing and calming. You fall into a trance-like state, feeling so incredibly good and at peace. Yet at the same time, there is a sense of something adventurous. You notice the hand stops at 5 minutes to midnight and is flicking back and forth on the same spot. You close the watch, put it back into your pocket, and look up again. You have reached a crossroad. Standing under a street light, there is a beautiful fawn with a reddish coat and snow-white spots. Her big, brown, heart-searching eyes seem to show no fear. But you dare not to make fast movements. You carefully approach her and stretch out your arm. Her long legs barely make any sound. She walks slowly, yet confidently towards you. You kneel down, and she lays her head on your shoulder. You touch her soft coat and softly gasp. Her body is so incredibly warm, like there is an invisible force all around her, protecting her lean, delicate body from cold. She seems so familiar. Her eyes. You wonder who they remind you of. She gently rubs her head against yours, then roots her slightly wet nose under your hand, resting on your lap, and looks straight into your eyes. You are taken aback by the innocence and warmth pouring out of her eyes. You can see something inside those big, brown, sparkly eyes. You recognize an image of yourself, a different version of you though, a memory of something. Someone is fiercely fighting its way back to the surface. A strong swirl of wind appears out of nowhere and traps snowflakes in the current of air, creating a sphere of beautiful, sparkly whiteness all around you. A snow globe-like image with you and the fawn in the middle illuminates the forest. The wind is blowing piercingly, but inside this circle you are safe. In fact, there is a bright golden form of heat radiating from the center. It is penetrating deep into the cells of your body, awakening ancient memory, your true power. You recognize this mysterious fawn. She's your friend. The animals of the forest are roused by the sound of your soul, unheard to ears, but easily felt with hearts. They crawl from their hideouts to take a peek at this wonder. A tiny baby squirrel snuggles up to her mother and pricks up her ears, as from the distance a jingling can be heard soon followed by a distinctive stamp of hooves. Your clothes are now red and white, thick and extremely warm. Black boots are radiating heat, and to the animals of the forest, you appear as a beautiful big orb of pure shimmering light. As the jingling becomes louder, tall and majestic reindeer come into sight, wearing silvery bells on thick red strings around their necks, making grunting sounds, greeting their old friend, you. Their royal posture brings out admiration from you and all the present creatures of the forest. They are pulling a beautiful wooden carved sleigh. The wind calms down and the snow falls back to the ground. You know what you need to do. You put the harness on the fawn and gently stroke her head. She is leading your sleigh tonight, the youngest, but the purest and the most innocent of them all. Only a heart like this can safely lead you all on this adventure around the globe. You take a seat in the sleigh. The soft smoothness of the wood under your fingers casts your mind back to all the times you have whizzed through the sky on silent stomps of reindeer hooves, accompanied by the joyful echoes of the children's hearts in delightful expectation of your visit. There is a cozy red pillow embroidered with golden antlers, and a thick white fluffy blanket waiting there for you, together with a bottomless cup of a hot, aromatic sweet drink in case you get chilly up in the air. You hold on to the reins and give her a sign to take off. She leads the herd back onto the street, pauses for a bit, and then starts running. The heavy stomps of a dozen hefty reindeer reverberate through the surrounding forest, filling the atmosphere with magical expectation of what is about to happen next. You feel the wind in your hair. A rush of thrilling excitement is being sent to your veins as you sense the sleigh gaining an enormous speed. Faster and faster you go, and suddenly the noise of stumping hooves stops, and an exhilarating grunting of your friends escapes into the dark as they are galloping across the night sky, glimmering with an orchestra of mesmerizing white snowflakes, swirling and twirling on their journey down to the earth. You bring out of your pocket your watch to make sure you are on time. It is past midnight, but you are not worried, for time on Christmas runs differently. A minute can be as long as 10 hours, and in case you are in a hurry, your watch has the ability to set the time back. Your first stop is a small town, sprinkled across a small forest with lovely houses like out of a painting, with wide brick chimneys, entrances decorated with Christmas lights, and Advent wreaths. The reindeer stop in the air next to the chimney, so you can elegantly slide down. The pocket watch not only has the ability to expand time, but also space. This is how you can come into any house you want. A crackling fire slowly burns pine wood, emitting a fresh, woodsy scent that offers a clean, comforting, and inviting aroma. There is a little boy sleeping under a playfully and colorfully decorated Christmas tree. His eyes flutter softly as his chest moves up and down, breathing slowly and calmly. You gently wrap this little angel into a blanket and put the presents under the tree. Your heart is filled with love, and a strong feeling of excitement sends shivers down your spine as a thought of a little boy's laughter while tearing the paper of the present sneaks into your mind. You return to the sleigh and continue the journey. There are so many houses and buildings you need to visit. But every time you leave a present somewhere, your heart expands, and the satisfaction of giving and painting smiles onto people's faces feels like thousands of fireflies lighting up your being. Your long journey across the world is now coming to an end. One last final stop is a small town in the North Pole. You are gliding across the sky as smoothly as a boat on a completely calm lake towards the end and the new beginning. The feeling of flying is so freeing and ecstatic. You try to embed this memory into every cell of your body. Seeing the earth from this point of view reminds you again of how small everyday problems are. This wonder of creation is so wide and beautiful, beaming with life of all kinds of creatures. And although we are all different, we all feel love and sadness, sometimes anger and pain, but love is the one thing that always brings us together, makes us better, makes us want to be better, makes us want to love even more and give without expecting anything in return. Because being able to feel true love is like feeling all the goodness in the world, or maybe even in the entire universe. All the kisses parents give to their children, warm hugs of old married couples before falling to sleep, joyful spins of the kids holding their fluffy companions in their hands, warm-hearted shakes of hands between you and old friends, and nice words to strangers. And today, on this day, on Christmas Day, we are again and again reminded why it is worth to be, to exist, to truly love and rejoice. While the almost tangible thoughts spin inside your mind, you get struck by a beautiful, ethereal sight in front of you. Dense colors of all kinds are fading mystically and appearing again, born with a new color again and again. The northern lights, a display of shimmering colors, seemingly not of this world, so loud but silent at the same time. It is like heaven and earth collided into a beautiful, wondrous dance. You bask in this precious, glorious moment as you pass them by. There is one last village on the horizon that you need to visit. Reindeer slowly descend and smoothly land on a well-lit, vast, snowy terrain. A group of elves is cheerfully waving at you. As you get out of the sleigh, they take the harness of the reindeer and take them to their barns to recover from the long travel. You enter a small, cozy house. Dinner and a drink are waiting there for you. You revel as much as you want in all the delights offered to you on the table. You're very tired, so you sit on a comfortable sofa in front of the flickering flames inside a brick fireplace. You wrap yourself in a warm blanket and take out your pocket watch. The hands are working smoothly again. Hypnotized by the sound of the fire crackling and clock ticking, your eyelids begin to feel droopy and heavy. You can't resist anymore. Your eyes close and everything disappears but a warm feeling of bliss and the sound of the clock and fire.
If you like this video, please subscribe, like, and comment below.